Welcome, everyone. I'm Gerald from TarotStache. Thank you for being here. In this chasual, I'm here. This chasual, see, we're here. I'm here with Lexie Fraiche, also known as Miss Nefarious Aquarius. We're talking tarot decks. We're talking YouTube. We're talking her origin story, what brings her joy on and off camera. So settle in. Say hello in the chat. Let's have a good, respectful conversation. And please, if you have something to drink, we are not responsible for any spewing out the nose from anything that we say. So
let's hope not.
Yeah, well, I just want to be very clear. So, because as I always like to say, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make any decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional help. Really. So
all of your merch is just so great. I'm a coffee mug enthusiast. I love a good coffee mug. So do we have like a merch site that we can drop in in the links or the comments?
Yes, we do. So Lexie, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. I'm glad we could finally make it work. I know schedules being what they are and time zones being what they are, but I'm so happy to be here. I'm ready for the hard-hitting questions. Give it to me, Barbara Walters.
Oh, Barbara Walters.
Don't make me cry. Don't
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a challenge?
Oh, please.
Okay, because I'm psychic. So sometimes I know. Anyhow, did you know that?
I did not.
Okay. So some will also say psychotic.
The line is very thin.
It is. I think there's just a slight misspelling. I do want to say, everyone, please like and subscribe to both of our channels. All of the links are below. Please show your support. Lexie's channel is down there. And so please enjoy yourself. If you have a question for Lexie, because I only have 3 pages of notes for Lexie. So if you want to add some questions, feel free. We may get to them, we may not. Yeah, look at her. She's like,
I'm ready. Throw me the questions.
Well, I am going to say hello to everybody because Tony was here first. Antoinette, Tarot, and Jewelry. It's like tiny hands and googly eyes at the ready.
We love googly eyes here.
This is why I actually changed this banner. And I do want to say I even have tiny hands with googly eyes.
Stop it. Now that needs to be on the merch site as well.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Because one of the first videos I watched was you talking about you have your hands. So
they're massive farm hands.
And so my hands are very tiny. Said no one ever. Anyhow, Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here. Hello. Heather is here. Of course, it's going to be a great chasual. Madame Maru. And yeah, okay. And this is my friend Jamie, who we were, it was still 0:00. It wasn't 01 before we started, Jamie. Free Spirit, Sophia is here. Beth, Espacio Rising. And we have Diane G. Lori, 2026. I love this. Saskia is here. We have a whole lot of people here. This is lovely. Medium Betsy Palmer is work lurking. She's currently in on Maui. So
must be nice.
Yeah. We have Paula here. And okay, yes, there you go. Thank you, Diane. Fret not. Tom has arrived.
Late. He was late.
Well, he is late ritual.
True that. Change the name, sir.
There you go. Barbara Walters, if you could be a tree, and I don't have a Barbara Walters wig, or I would be happy to put it. Make her cry, make her cry, make her cry. Tom, thank you. I am really enjoying the photos of the urban landscape inspiration that you sent me.
Oh, I have a fan too.
All the cool kids. Look at this.
I can't pop it like you can, but I don't think many people can.
Well, you know, there we go. Oh, very nice.
Of course, he'd be black and lacy.
Of course. Want credit for all the things that I'm not saying, kids? Because you can't see below my waist. Let's go with the hard hitting. Pamela Batchelor is here. Hello, Pamela. Okay, Tom is okay. Blah blah. Timmy Raven is here. I just love to see it. Mangled Unicorn is here. Jax. Okay. Essence of the Moon is here, working on their studies, because you know you got to do that. And who? I might write a song called "My Tiny Hands Have Googly Eyes." Maybe if I could be a country song. I actually think it needs to be an emo song or a techno dance mix from the early 90s, a la 9 Inch Nails, with backup by Pansy Division.
As long as it's not AI, I'm there for it, babe.
There you go. And Timmy is an artist. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Lexie did call us out on the RWS today.
I don't think I called anyone out.
You did not. Go ahead.
Well, so I think, and we had talked about this, me being a commentary channel, and I notice things, I see things, I see how people move and how they work with tarot on their channels, so on and so forth. And I think a lot of people kind of forgot their roots with Rider Waite Smith, and it's easy to say something negative. I would be the first one to know that. It's easy to be negative about something, but it's more difficult to find the grace in the Rider Waite Smith. And that's kind of what that whole start of the series is, in the defense of why we should look at Rider Waite Smith as something that was pivotal and groundbreaking for us today.
Yes. I think, and this is, I'm going to jump the order a little bit.
Okay.
And tell us about your YouTube channel.
Okay. So and you can ask Tom, I have been talking about starting a YouTube channel for years at this point, for a very long time, but I couldn't find the time. I couldn't find my voice. I didn't really know what I was going to do. I knew what I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to showcase deck after deck after deck or haul after haul. I just knew that that was not where I wanted to take my channel.
Yes.
So, and this is something that I've never talked about publicly or in online spaces. The date that I recorded my very first video was November 4th, 2025. November 4th is a very important day to me because it is the anniversary of my mother's death. So I wanted to do something. I know that my mother loved me, but one of the things that pulls at me is, was she proud of me? Right. So I did that almost as like an homage to her. Like, I love tarot. I love music. I got my taste in music from my mother. So I believe it was Candy Soul and Soil, her VR. Great channel, fabulous lover. Love that she's back. She did the Tarot Decks Meet collection. And I'm a big music fan, love vinyl, love cassette tapes. I just love music. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity, the perfect start, the perfect day to do this. Now, no one go watch that first video because it was terrible. I didn't know anything, and I still don't really know much of anything. I'm faking it till I make it.
Yes.
And so that's starting the channel as an homage to my mother, really being myself, because people talk about authenticity a lot, and I don't really think they understand what it means.
Okay.
So, like, and I can be honest, as I always am, I'm not authentically me right now And you want to know why? Because I'm wearing makeup, because I did my hair. An authentic Lexie would be Lexie rolling out of bed at 7:30 in the morning, smudged on leftover mascara. That's
Mhm.
authentic Lexie. But showing up in this space in an authentic way is to edit yourself and make the point and get the point across about X, Y, or Z. That's authenticity. At
Mhm.
least at least as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm. I appreciate that. That is something that we need to. I think it's an important thing. As I have been creating content, I tell people who I am on screen is who you're going to meet off screen. I don't have an on screen personality. I don't have an off screen personality. I may tone it down a little bit. No, I do tone it down a little bit because because. But I understand what you're saying, the authenticity, and it can be very confusing, especially if we were sitting across from each other and having a cup of our favorite beverage, giving each other tarot readings at a nice little place. We would be able to know each other much deeper than like we can here. But we try. We try. Um,
Well, you can ask Tom. We met a couple of weeks ago when I was in New York. I'm pretty sure I'm the same person on screen as I was in that meeting. Obviously, it was a little bit different under different circumstances and different lighting situations, but
yes, of course.
I do believe that you're right in that assessment. You have to be the same person on screen as you are. Well, let's be honest. I might use some sailor language here and there on screen that
Yeah.
I have to edit out because I really try to edit things down. Going back to I
You should
love.
hear it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is Tom talking mess?
You're the focus, Lexie. I'm ignoring Tom.
So it's one of these things where I have thoughts and I have opinions and I might take something out just because I know it's not how I wanted to articulate that particular thought or that particular opinion, and it might be misconstrued. So I take it out and I focus on something that is a little bit more in line with the point that I'm trying to get across.
Yeah. Before we go too far, I want to honor your mother. I think it's important. I try to honor ancestors and those who have passed before me in particular. Are you comfortable with saying your mother's name so all of the people who are watching will hear your mother?
Cheryl,
Cheryl. All right.
spelled with a C, not an S.
Okay. Cheryl, thank you for, bringing Lexie into the world and
See,
giving
he's
her.
really trying to make me cry here.
No, and I'm genuine about that because when those moments, when those death times happen, the death days and the birthdays, I think it's really important. It is for Gerald to honor those and to say people's names. I say that my dog's names the day they passed, the day I got them. My husband and I both remember our mothers and my dad. So it's really sweet. So
That that actually brings an interesting point because I'm going to do it here in the future. Like I've mentioned several times to you and several times in my videos, I have so many ideas. I have so many things just knocking around in my brain that I want to talk about. And I would love to, at a certain point, talk about grief and tarot and how we can combine them and how, and
yes.
again, therapy is always important. Please go talk to your therapist. But at a certain point, when you're doing the work at home, tarot becomes such an instrumental tool to help you think about things, to work through things, to work through that grief, to talk to your mother or your former loved ones or whoever, whatever. So that is something I will be doing in the future, talking about grief and tarot.
I look forward to that. I've had conversations. I have a series called Laugh and Learn where we talk about grief and mourning and what that looks like and how it is different than everyone. It's a tool that can help you. Tarot is, and Tom has said tarot is not therapy.
And
It
he
is,
knows that is something I stand on.
yes, it is a component, and it is an exceptionally good tool to be used. I was fortunate enough in my own therapy to when I brought up tarot to my therapist, she was very interested in that, and we talked about it. It became a tool to help me articulate what I'm having struggles with. So, all right, we have. I would love to hear that chat on grief. And
It's coming. I think
yeah,
I'm gonna probably do it more towards her birthday in April. She was an Aries, and let me tell you, all the stereotypes, good and bad, are true about an Aries.
oh sure, sure. And Jamie has said, Cheryl, may you cross paths with my madre. You created strong and beautiful daughters. Amen.
Thank you so much for
Amen.
that.
Yes, yes. We have a lot of people chatting. We have, and by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm just going to bring you up to speed. I have the best chatters. I have the best lurkers. I have the future lurkers and the work lurkers. They're awesome.
Let me
And
tell you,
so,
I have been in your chats a couple of times, and Lord knows I don't watch a lot of TarotTube content. I listen
mhm.
to it because I'm working. I'm constantly
Yeah, of
using
course.
my hands and my eyes, so my ears are up for grabs. If you can
Yes,
talk, I want to
yes,
listen.
absolutely. And we
The best known
also,
cards too.
yeah, well, those are stash tags. Everybody, it's all on the branding. Uh, um, but I think it's a real, okay, so lots of chat. And Jamie said, terrific video posted today. And, this was the one that it's like, Lexie called us out, not literally called us out. And so, and you should hear how Gerald really sounds when not in character. It's like talking to Tom Waits, but with an even worse swearing habit.
I totally get Tom Waits vibes from Gerald. I can see that.
Let my hair grow out a little bit. We could do that. Authenticity. Oh, wait a minute. Authenticity is admirable and important in this arena, in Jamie's opinion. And Tony did say there are lots of curated creators just for aesthetics out there. That's a really good question. And Lexie, what are your tarot aesthetics?
I don't have an aesthetic. I am Lexie.
Okay.
I knew where you were going
I
there.
knew it was freaking obvious. One of the things that and I did tell Lexie this backstage, I was like, when you called me out when that video today, and here's where it is. And it's funny
I'm
because
waiting. I'm waiting.
you talked about this card. Now wait a minute. What you don't know, you may not know, this Two of Pentacles is my absolute favorite card in the tarot deck. It's my favorite. The Two of Pentacles, I always look for it. It's my absolute favorite card.
And
And
is he not the biggest queen in the deck? Will you fight me on that?
I will not fight you because I was just like going, oh, I feel seen. You may notice that I have
I
added
did. I
that.
love it.
Yes. And this is one of my favorite versions of the Two of Pentacles. This is the Robin Wood Tarot. People who have watched my channel, they know I'm a big Robin Wood fan. So
I know I've seen the deck. I know I don't own the deck, but that I never in a million years would have thought that there would be a connection between the Two of Pentacles and it being your favorite card. So that's kind of cool. I love that.
yeah, it's very cool. Go watch the video. It's quite good. It's very insightful. So
I just read your comment, Tom.
oh God, what did he say now? Wait a minute. Rossi's here, by the way. Okay, I am way behind in chat. Tom. No, not that in now. What? No, later.
Lexie's aesthetic is cutting in line because she's Morticia Adams. So technically someone cut in line before me And I called them out because my two favorite cards in the deck, in the Rider-Waite Smith, is the Emperor and Justice. Those are my two favorite cards. I have a lot of, believe it or not, I have a lot of reverence and love for masculine energy. And of course, that doesn't mean penis energy or
Thank you.
Masculine energy is just something that I'm very attracted to, and something that I try to embody in myself.
Mhm.
I am the Emperor. I am Justice. So if someone's trying to cut in line, you better believe I'm gonna say something.
Yes, absolutely. Um, and Lexie, why is Justice your favorite card? Just curious.
So the Emperor has always been my favorite card. And then that second or third favorite card has been a toss up for several years now. It wasn't until I studied The Thoth System by Aleister
Mhm.
Crowley that I really saw justice for what it is and what it's for. It's not about right and wrong. It's about that tension of trying to place oneself in what is right, what is wrong, why is it wrong, why is it right, and that constant tension. That is what I'm attracted to. It looks, you can see justice very surface level, very shallow, not digging deeper. But once you start graduating into different systems and graduating into different books and things of that nature, you'll see other people's version of justice, or other people's version of the Empress, or so on and so forth. Because my least favorite card is the Empress. I'm not a huge Empress fan. I
Mhm.
mean, and again, this goes back to what I was saying in yesterday's video. I can appreciate what the Empress is and what she stands for and how to better incorporate that in my life. I'm just not attracted to that kind of energy.
Yeah, and that's okay. The other thing is you don't have to be attracted to that energy. You don't have to do anything you don't want. And the you if you don't care that you're not attracted to that energy, great. If you're curious about it, great. Do your own work with that. I mean, because
Well, and that's where therapy and doing work with tarot will help you or me or Susie Q
yes,
better understand why we don't particularly like this card. And I've sat with it,
yeah,
I've dealt
oh
with
yeah,
it, I've journaled about it. I know exactly why I don't like the Empress, and it's not for me to put that in a tarot reading that I'm giving someone else.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because when I'm doing a tarot reading for others, I detach all of my thoughts, all of my emotions, all of my opinions. I'm sitting there and I'm telling you a story. Whether
Yes.
you choose to find any value or apply it to your real life is completely up to you.
Hmm. Yes, I cheers on that because it is my job as a person who's doing a reading to make sure that I get my personal stuff out of the way and give you the clearest message that I can.
Absolutely.
Jamie said, Lexie, same favorite cards, same particular dislikes. Interesting.
We're right there, girl.
Yep, yep. And Beth did say for sure, you cannot project your feelings about cards onto a reading for someone else. And Tony did say justice is my life path card. It actually fits my life values. Okay. I would say that I've actually watched people who I've seen them do readings, and I know the stuff they're working on has bled into the reading that they're giving the person.
Mm,
And that makes me uncomfortable because that's unfortunate.
yeah.
Um, what would you like to share about your spiritual path?
Um, okay. I am currently agnostic. I don't
Mhm.
know if I really believe much in anything, but I am always open to learning. I have combed over so many different books about Gnosticism, about Catholicism. I am Jewish. I was born and raised Jewish. My mother, she converted to Greek Orthodoxy when I was uh,
Wow.
yeah. So it was from one extreme to the other extreme, and I am Jewish, so I do say that, but I am not a practicing Jew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not a Zionist, but we don't have to get into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
As far as where I currently am, so you'll see I have many crucifixes here, right? I'm not Catholic. I
Mm-hmm.
I love the pageantry of Catholicism. I love, heck, I will read critical analysis of Bible work for fun. That's kind of my bag. I consider myself a scholar, like I will
Yeah.
read the books, but I'm not applying it to my real life because I don't know if there is a higher power, if there is a God, whether it be one or many. I am open to experiencing it for myself, but so far I haven't, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And thank you for that.
That is Dolly Parton, yes.
Yes, it is Dolly Parton, and so yes, that is Dolly Parton. So I've got a question about Dolly Parton later.
Okay.
Tarot is Magical said, hello there. Not many people who say the Emperor is their fave card, but I'd say that I'm not surprised, Lexie. The Emperor is my birth card. Okay. And
She or they, I'm not sure, they sent me a really interesting video to watch in my Instagram. And look,
oh, okay.
I did have to private my profile just because I was getting a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
But if you do find me on Instagram, Miss Nefarious Aquarius, shoot me a follow or whatever. That's completely fine. If you want to chat with me in the DMs, I'm pretty open to
Mm-hmm.
that. I love when people have come to me and said, "Hey, I didn't comment on your video, but I really did appreciate," so on and so forth. And that really brings me a lot of joy and makes me happy because I feel like I'm saying the quiet part out loud,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't like that. And that's okay. They don't have to, but I'm not going to apologize.
Yeah. Um, Tarot is Magical said it is she, by the way.
Oh, I wanted to be,
Yes. Oh,
respectful of people's pronouns. And
absolutely.
and Gerald asked me what mine are, and I'm like, I don't care. You can call me whatever. It's all good.
Call you whatever. And so, well, and so, okay, we did have another comment, Lexie. You mentioned that your mother was an Aries and that she's what the Emperor energy is.
So I have made that connection for myself too, but I will say this. I I came to the Emperor independently. I did not know when I first started,
Okay.
reading tarot and learning tarot and really getting in the trenches with all that knowledge. I had no idea that the Emperor was the birth card for Aries, right? And obviously I do know that now. So maybe that is why I love the Emperor so much. But again, I came to that completely independently
Of course.
without knowing any of the zodiacal associations to the majors.
Sure. Sure. So, what brought you to the cards? I mean, you've got some videos on this.
Yeah.
So go over there and watch it. Link is below to her channel. Go show support, people.
I think it was my second video, my tarot
I believe
origin
so.
story.
Yes. Yes.
So when I was a very young girl, I was always kind of attracted to like the witchier aesthetic, the witchy woo woo. I've always been enamored of that. So I bought my
Mhm.
first tarot deck. It's over there, the Mythic Tarot. I was probably 13, 12 or 13.
Mhm.
And
So
I
just
did,
about 10 years ago.
yeah, yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Uh, so I purchased that and I had it for many, many, many years, but I never actually sat down and researched and studied and made those connections. It was just something, it was like a party trick, right? Like, ooh, I
Yes.
have a tarot deck. Um, and then I want to say about, oh goodness, 2017. That's when I was like, oh, look at these tarot decks. They're everywhere. They're at Barnes and Noble. They're in
Yes.
this boutique. They're in this gift shop. And I was kind of like even more curious. So I got my very first tarot deck is, let's see, I'll take it out of its box. The
I love it.
borderless Smith Waite deck.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I poured over this deck, and you'll notice it's in order.
Mhm.
I don't. Oh, hello. I don't. I don't use this deck. It was always a study deck for me, and I don't think I'll ever use it. Just because I have Rider-Waite Smith decks now. So it'll always be in order, always be pristine. I'll always love it for how much it taught me and how much use I got out of it those first couple of years. And I think I discovered TarotTube maybe in 2022
Mhm.
in that general. And, I had my favorites. I had the people that I was commenting and I was this, I was that. And then a couple of years ago, the shine kind of wore off
Yes.
on different channels, on different whoever, whatever. And that was around the time that I was talking to Tom and some of my Discord buddies and whoever, whatever, saying like, I really want to start a channel. I really think I have something to say that people aren't saying.
Mhm.
And it just took forever and a year for me to actually, do it, put rubber to the road, so to speak.
Yeah. Tom has reminded us there is a surprising amount of fakery in the tarot tube space. Just putting it out there. Whatever could you mean, Tom? Um, and Jamie said you can always tell what people know about tarot when they freak out about the death card or the tower.
Absolutely.
That's well said. Well said. So, um, tarot is magical. May I ask what your birth cards and do you resonate with them? Do you know about the birth cards? Um,
Sorry about that.
I can create a distraction and play a short video that everybody will hate if you want.
So if I'm correct, I know my birth card is the High Priestess.
Okay.
And then my zodiacal card is the Star.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do not have a particular love or admiration for the Star. I have a lot of confusing feelings about the High Priestess. I love the High Priestess. I love her so much. But
Mhm.
when you juxtapose the High Priestess um, with the Hierophant, I'm always going to choose the Hierophant.
Mm,
Always.
because
I like I like the rigidness of that card.
okay.
I like how it seems more connected just to me and who I am and how I live my life than the High Priestess. The High Priestess is more aspirational to me,
Mhm.
whereas the Hierophant is someone that I could potentially be, you know?
Uh, yeah, I understand that. I the it was recently that I came to understand the Hierophant is about creating rules and structures so that individuals can have their own experiences with the divine
Absolutely.
and that. So I think that's really beautiful. To answer your question, I am an 18-9. I am a moon hermit, and I completely resonate with those. So that's the Mary Kay Greer way of figuring that out. You total up your birthday, 2 digit, the first one is your life path, and your lower number is your soul path. So are you saying that about me, or are you saying that
You might be
about
saying that
my?
about you because I can totally see you as the moon and the hermit.
Oh, I totally am, especially because for me, um, if you want to tell a secret to somebody and have them not tell anybody, tell a moon hermit, because I now have a Lexie box that when Lexie is around, I have that available. And then when I put it in there, then I lock it up and I put it away. I don't have to worry about
That's
it.
nice to know.
So yes. So um, the High Priestess is the sigil or the single female energy. The Hierophant is much more connected to community. So yeah, yes, and it is a misinterpreted card. And or telescorpio, because I am a moon hermit Scorpio according to Western astrology.
Oh, are you a Scorpio? I didn't know that.
Yes. And you must be an Aquarius.
I am an Aquarius. Yes, sir. How did you know? How could you guess?
I'm psychotic. I mean psychic. So, okay, so that was your first deck. And what was your most recent deck acquisition?
So I literally just got this like 2 days ago. I am a girl's girl through and through, and I just got the Jane Austen tarot. And yeah, this has been out of print for quite some time, and this was actually the very first deck that I purchased so far this year. And
Nice.
I'm a little bit, I don't think I want to count it as a purchase because I got a gift card from my job for my birthday. So I was like, I didn't technically spend any of my own money.
Like that.
But it's fabulous. It's a little low scarabeo deck, and I've been having a blast with it. And I've been using it with some of my flower decks. I love a good flower deck. And I've been using it with a TDM. I've been trying to force myself. I've been trying to force myself to use my Marseille decks because I talk a lot of smack about Marseille, but I just need to be more comfortable with it. I need to find ways to better incorporate it into my tarot practice because I bought these decks. I would like to use them. I would like to make use out of them and figure out why I don't particularly like the system and see if I can't get over that because I am not infallible. I have opinions, but I can also turn the mirror around and look at myself and say, hey, you need to get use out of these dang decks because you purchased them for a reason when you were studying Marseille.
Yes. I studied Marseille a little bit during the quarantine times, the shelter in place, getting together with people and doing a Marseille study group to where it was like going, boy, this is a lot of numerology. I know some of it, but boy. And then I took a step back. I'm a visual person. I am an artist. I have a bachelor's degree in fine arts. And I'm like going, use this tool that you have, Gerald. Start looking at this as an aesthetic and as a structure. So, and TDM is the key to unlocking it all. In Tom's not so humble opinion.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Going back to what I mentioned.
That I'm going to have to make a short on that now.
He's not wrong. What I was saying yesterday in my video about appreciating things for what they are, even if you dislike it, I'm trying to take my own dang advice by using these Marseille decks. I don't particularly like it, but there's so much and so few details. There's so much going on with a Marseille deck that to the naked eye, again, if you're just doing surface level, if you're just being shallow, you will never grasp all of that information buried within this very stark artwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom says, thank you, Lexie. True friendship. I hear you. And Melissa Baker said, exclusive Marseille reader here. I am the opposite. I am completely uninterested in RWS. And guess what? That's fine. Everything is valid. Everything is valid. So, and the Marseille pips are obscure. I use another deck for the pips. Well, and numbers are the key to it all. It's really core. So have you noticed
I have
they're on YouTube, pip decks are becoming really popular. I have been drawn to them last couple of months.
Well, this goes into what we have now coined as like a cycle. There are cycles in the TarotTube community. Like currently a lot of people are doing a low buy, no buy year. And that kind of cycled around 2020, 2021. So we're coming back to it. Now people are getting back into your pip style decks, whether it be Marseille or whether it be a non-scenic Rider-Waite Smith minors, right? People are getting into that, but that's something that's been cycling. So Next year, oh goodness, what's next year? I think everyone and their mother is going to be making a deck on make playing cards, right? And you're going to have
Mm,
16, 17 different creators in this space that will be pumping out oracle decks or pumping out
yep.
tarot decks. And there's nothing wrong with that. We just notice these cycles.
Yes. And we notice the cycles, in my opinion, because there's more avenues to find out about them. There's more YouTube channels on it. There's more posts about it. People can make a lot of stuff. And as always, I'm going to remind everyone, purchase responsibly, know your limits. We are here to share, not to sell. So,
I've always loved that that's been your catchphrase, knowing your limits, because we get so bogged down in the newest and the best and trying to keep up with the Joneses and really trying to set ourselves as a tastemaker, as an influencer or
mhm,
whatever. At the end of the day, if something doesn't resonate with you, if something doesn't work for you in your practice, you have no one to blame but yourself for getting caught up in all that hype.
yeah. I mean, I am, in 2020, it was the year I retired at the end of 2019. I was taking the winter off, and then I was going to go out and do a whole bunch of stuff. Well, something happened in March where we all just decided that we needed to stay in place because it's a good thing. And I bought 63 decks in 2020.
Wow.
Not all of them are good. Some of them I've like on why the heck did I buy that, and I've given them away. What I really learned is what I enjoy in a deck, what I don't enjoy in a deck, and who, if they're talking about a deck, I'm going to align with it or I'm not going to align with it, because our tastes are just very, very different. And that's cool. Yeah.
Well, and I think in a lot of ways you have to be really honest and knowledgeable with that experience, because I don't know if I counted how many decks I bought between when I started and where I am
Mhm.
now. Um, but you have to experiment. You have to buy the deck that will get tossed in a resale bin or out in the free little library. You have these decks, but the money's gone, the money's wasted, take the L on that. But also kind of pat yourself on the back, because now you know when something comes out that everyone is praising because of this or that or whatever, you can look at it with a critical eye and know, you know what? I had a deck like that. It didn't work out for me. I'm going to save my $65 and put it into something that I will get joy out of.
Yeah. And that, I tell people who, when they're new to tarot, I say you only need one deck.
Yeah.
Start with one deck. And I am also a person who I say start with the Marseilles, then the Thoth, and then the RWS. Do it in that order.
I did it in the reverse order. I was Rider Waite Smith, Thoth, and then Marseille.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And by the way, you might notice my Bluebird sticker. You can make anything TarotStache merchandise, Tom, with a Bluebird on it.
So please explain to me the Bluebird lore, because I do dip in and out of your channel. I'm familiar with a couple of shows that you host and a couple of things that you do, but maybe I was sick that day and didn't catch the joke. So I would
It's
love to know the lore.
the lore of the Bluebird. It's because it's Hershey's fault.
It's always
Um,
her fault somehow.
well, it is Hershey's fault. It is. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh God. Oh God. And here we go. Um, Basically, it was in a tarot scavenger hunt. I got the prompt of a Bluebird. I found a Bluebird on a deck and a card, and I had to spin it a little bit. And Tom was one of the secret judges, not so secret, and he was like, "And that is not a Bluebird, not a Bluebird at all. There was nothing about it. It had blue on it. It was a blue. It was a bird, and it had blue on it. It wasn't blue enough
For Tom?
for Tom." And for yeah, and for Heather, I think Heather was there. Heather was it. So And
Well, I'm
yeah,
glad I know the lore now because like I said, I get confused on certain things, especially if I'm not watching on a regular basis.
yeah, and so that's part of it, and it's okay, everybody. I
Awesome.
mean, it's okay. I mean, we have Bob Ross with a Bluebird.
That's adorable.
Oh, here you go. It was a bird of another color that had a tiny ass patch of blue, maybe. And for anyone who knows what a bluebird looks like. All right, people are coming. Yeah, that bird is blue. There you go. Anyhow,
I didn't know I was starting anything here.
yeah, well, and and Timmy is like, and that was when Gerald cheated on a game show. Anyhow, all right, getting caught up in the chat. Sonique Tarot is correct. There is an awesome guidebook for the Robin Wood Tarot. Yes, there is. I give it to people who have no experience with it because it's great. And yes, you were my competition. I remember that. Eva is here, and Paula likes that sticker. Merch store. Purchase responsibly. And Tom did say he did it in a similar. He did it in an order that I would recommend to people for learning tarot. So, my most recent deck acquisition, which has not arrived, is by the artist, by Andrew Bulletin. This is the tarot of the little Lara, and it's a knitted tarot. It's that the things are knitted, and bought this off of Etsy. He does use some AI, and he puts it in his profile. He's upfront with it, which is, I'm good with that. So
There has been a lot of talk about AI decks. I will go out of my way to not purchase an AI deck. However, if I like the deck and I know and they're transparent and they said, yes, I did use a little AI,
yep,
fine. I'm okay with that. I will purchase it. And it's these creators that don't mention anything. And it
yeah,
has like a little hint, a little suspicion. You don't really know. No,
yeah,
I'm sorry. That to me, that is unethical, and you're taking advantage of this community. Because at the end of the day, and you can ask Tom, you can ask other people who I'm quite friendly with, although it might not seem like it, it might not appear like it. I have such love and gratitude for the TarotTube community because you're sharing so much information. And when people try to take advantage of us, because look, our money, we have money in this space. And
mm-hmm,
when people from the outside look at us, they're like, we can get money from these
yeah,
people. And I hate that.
yeah,
And I'm just trying to say, like, be more conscious about what you're spending your money on, because your money, your wallet has so much power. And these people, these grifters, they know it.
yeah. I think. Oh, and Tom did say, "Good AI takes work."
He's
Yeah,
absolutely right.
and you are absolutely right. And I think one of the things that has been interesting. I agree with what you're saying. For those of us in TarotStache, you may be surprised. TarotStache doesn't just mean the mustache. It also means that I have a stash of decks. I probably have 600 decks,
Oh, wow.
and I'm okay with that because it's comfortable for me. When it feels like it's a burden, then we have an issue. But this channel was originally I was going to show flip throughs so people could look and see a deck completely before they purchased it. And because back in the day, back when I first started collecting tarot, you could only find a couple of websites that would show more than one card. And you're not going to be able to go into a store and go, well, can I open this deck? And they're not saying that. So anyhow,
I do appreciate a good flip through. I do appreciate a good deep dive. There are several channels here in this space that do incredible flip throughs, and
Yes,
I value that because what you were saying before is know what your channel is. Know what kind of
absolutely.
content you're making. If you're just doing flip throughs, I respect the heck out of you because I have not figured out how to do any of that stuff. But what I have figured out to what to do is something that's uniquely Lexie, uniquely me. And when I see these flip throughs, I'm so who is it? Robin's Reflections. She's
Mm,
probably one of my favorite
yeah,
channels out here. We have vastly different taste, but she's so good at being enthusiastic about a deck and showing you the cards and thinking of different pairings or whatever. But I can't do that just because my I have other hobbies that are just as expensive as
yes,
tarot,
yes,
right? So it's like
yes.
I'm going to be throwing some money at some perfume this week and some records next week. I can't buy every single deck. I just
Yeah.
can't.
I did quite a few flip throughs, Gwen, and some of my flip throughs are my most watched videos. And I would, if I said anything, it was the name of the card. Because especially so I just did a flip through. I would talk a little bit, but I would flip through. I wouldn't comment on the images or anything like that because that's not a flip through. That's first impressions. That's a deeper dive, which I can do. And I'm going to do some of those for members when I get that started. But I don't need your opinion to tell me whether or not I like a deck. And I would oftentimes turn the sound down
Hmm.
so that all I would see is the images. So, and
So when did you transition from doing deck flip throughs to this more like a tarot talk show host? When did that come about?
it happened probably because I had two channels. I had the Hermit Mage, which that channel is still up, where I was doing the talk show, and some of the first videos that I did a conversation about working towards well-being, and that was at the end of 20 or beginning of 2021 because we were all working and struggling with different aspects of maintaining our well-being. So I hosted that. I stopped doing that and combined them when trying to run content on two channels just got to be too much work.
I can imagine.
And I think the TarotStache is a funner name, and I think that's good. So I probably did it about 2 years. About 2 years.
Hmm.
So, and by the way, this is the birthday, one of the birthday girls, Linda de Gonzalez. Gerald runs a tarot salon channel. It is extraordinary. I like the idea of tarot salon, where we talk about a variety of topics and we hang artwork up. We stack all of the pieces in like the salons. Anyhow,
Hmm.
um, discernment is the muscle we all need to flex more, especially in the future.
He's one to talk with his outrageous esoteric book addiction, Tom.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh my goodness, you finally purchased it. He was saying that you two are going to do a live together about Terra Volatile, and I just pre-ordered the
Yeah.
expansion of the expansion. So
Yes.
you'll have two full decks.
I have not purchased the expansion of the expansion. I have not purchased any of the expansions because I haven't used this enough to realize whether or not. But we're doing it March 15th.
Oh, I will
So
definitely be here for that then.
we're looking forward to that.
I'll be
Um,
honest with you. I have picked my cards for Terra Volatile. I have. Have I used the deck? I have not. I've never used the deck.
Yeah.
I will pull it out occasionally and look at how beautiful it is, and I just think I need to be in the right time and place for me to really there are several decks, and I have mentioned this before. There are several decks in my collection that I'll just pull out and look at from time to time
I
because
love, yeah, I'm a big
I
fan of that.
and it's not that I am getting use out of it. Obviously, I'm admiring the beautiful artwork, but using it, shuffling it, reading for myself, reading for others, it just hasn't happened with every single deck. And that's completely fine. I don't need to use every single thing in my collection
Yeah.
to get my money's worth out of it.
Hmm. I think it's an interesting thing, because I am a tarot collector. I have some decks that were expensive. I was pleased to find them, and I paid that price, and I'm happy to do that, because it's like having 78 little pieces of artwork in my mind.
Absolutely.
I am a total geek like that. Total geek like that. And it's fun. And yes, occasionally I do take them out and I look at them, or I'll lay them out in the order and see what story they're telling me. I love that. I love that. That makes me really happy.
Or I'll sometimes I'll get a new deck from a Kickstarter or whatever, and like, you know what? I've never used this deck, but I think it would pair beautifully with this new Kickstarter deck. So I'll do like a little fake reading where
Hmm.
I'll lay the cards down and I'm like, "Oh, this looks beautiful," or "Oh, I don't like this. Let's move on to another deck." You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's the play aspect of it, right? Because
Yes.
there tarot is serious business. It is, but
Hmm.
sometimes it can just be whimsical and fun and just shuffling. I sometimes will just shuffle a deck because I like the way it feels in my hand, or just because my brain, there's too much rattling around up there, and maybe shuffling can help soothe and calm those nerves.
That I fully support that. That shuffling is very good. Nancy Crohn's intuition is here. And okay. And Tarot is Magical said, I don't have the courage to interview people like Gerald or to be so well spoken about topics like Lexie.
You're very, very sweet.
Hmm. And I will say, how do you know unless you've done it? And if for some reason there's an opportunity where you want to try and you want to talk to somebody about it and you want to come online, I'm not a horrible person. I may play one on YouTube, and Tom may talk smack about me. However, I like to think I'm okay. So, and Linda de Gonzalez said, my very favorite deck, What We've Forgotten. The graphic designer used AI in its design. I don't even see it, honestly. It's in the art because the designer used it intentionally and integrated it. It's a tool. It's a tool. And AI. Do you remember the Alleyman tarot?
I I actually have that in my workstation. I love it. I can't do it so much now because they're expensive and I have enough, but I used to buy single cards,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a time at my job when I didn't really want a deck. I just wanted a whole bunch of single cards that I could kind of shuffle through, and
Yeah.
that's why I picked up the Alleyman. And it's the guidebook is really fun and interesting and extremely informative, and it's a very meditative process at work when I
Mm-hmm.
do a tarot reading for
Yeah.
myself. It's I always tell, get out of your room, get out of your comfort zone,
Yes.
read in public, read at the cafe, read at the
Yeah.
bar, read at work, read anywhere. It doesn't matter. When you just isolate and seclude your practice to one little spot, you're not getting the full experience. There's
Yeah.
so much going on. And now, I'm not particularly precious about my decks. I will use an out of print deck at the bar. I don't care. It gets a little whatever, whoever, whatever. These are my decks, and I'm not planning
Mm-hmm.
on selling any of my collection. So if I want to use that deck in the grungiest, filthiest dive bar ever, baby, that's my right. I can do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pamela may be leaving. Pamela said it's been delightful getting to meet you, Lexie.
Thank you guys so much for everyone here in the comments being very nice and sweet. I didn't know what to expect. I do know that Gerald has a bunch of really cool, fun, nice people who will joke with you, who will laugh with you, who will poke the bear a little bit, and that's all good. That's all fine. So I'm over here. I was like a little worried, a little bit anxious, but I can roll with the punches. I'm very good at that.
Okay. Oh, and Pamela's not leaving.
Oh.
So this is good. And I love the whole concept of the alley man as well. I was really, really excited about it. It is one of those things that it's one of those that I don't pull it out a whole lot, but Jamie and I have actually gone through and we did some videos where we showed how we created our own deck from all of the options. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And so
and another thing that I really did like about the Alleyman's Tarot is if you like a specific card from that deck and you're like, God, what is this deck? I want more of just this art. Let's see. Oh God, I'll never. Oh, here it is. There was one particular card in the Alleyman's Tarot that came from the Cult of Weimar Tarot. And when I tell you, it's the entire reason why I bought this deck, because of that one card in the Alleyman's Tarot. And I love stuff like that. Being inspired, being creatively stimulated by something. That's what I want. In the Alleyman's Tarot, for all its faults, for all its this, that, whoever, whatever, I love the deck. I use it at work. It's one of my favorite decks.
I like that. I also like the guidebook, because the guidebook is sort of what my Book of Shadows looks like. I'm copying and pasting and I'm taping stuff in. So, as the guidebook. So,
well, and the whole concept about it was like a drug dealer giving you something that maybe you shouldn't have. And it reads like that, like you bought this literally in an alley with some shady character, like, here you go. Yeah. I love that theatrical experience of it.
Yeah. And I am the person who I wrote on all of my cards so that I knew what I was calling it, because some of them, I remember one of the things that I did was the Insomnia Tarot it was the King of Pentacles was in it. And I decided to use that King of Pentacles for my Emperor card because it felt more Emperor energy.
Do you have the Somnia deck, by the way?
I do. I have both versions of it. The photo and the illustrated one.
I got rid of the illustrated. Well, I didn't get rid of it. I sold it. But I never used it. I thought it was so cool, but it didn't hit in the same way as the OG one.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Oh, I love this. Okay. Funnily enough, my partner who's in the other room playing guitar, I'm not sure if you can hear him, but when he wants a reading, he will always ask for the Somnia Tarot. Really? Always. Yeah, and he's not one of neither am I. Like, there's a lot of people say it makes them feel a certain way, or they don't like the images. It feels claustrophobic, or it feels, baby, that's who we are. That's the life we live. We're hanging out with the people in the Somnia Tarot just on a regular basis. So I think maybe he would, what is it? The Good Tarot, I think.
That sounds right.
So there's this tarot deck. It's called the Good Tarot. And a good girlfriend of mine purchased it for me one year for Christmas or my birthday. It doesn't really matter. And we had just became friends, and she knew that I was kind of in tarot, but she didn't really, I don't know why. And I joke and I make fun of her so bad. I'm like, girl, what in the world made you think that I would use the Good Tarot? And it's the art is actually not terrible, but I don't need it. The Good Tarot, like all tarot is good or all tarot is bad. There's no good or bad. It just is, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. I mean, it's it's either good or bad in the hands of the reader. And
Absolutely.
that I will totally go to the wall on. And no, Tom, I did not get the oracle.
The oracle is beautiful.
Is it? Okay.
It is beautiful. And I think someone said that they got it without the borders.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I love both versions, the borderless and the bordered, but the back on the original Somnia is iconic. I love that back so dang much. Oh, so good.
Yeah. And Beth likes the vibe of the Somnia a lot for client readings, maybe not for myself. Tom did not like the illustrated one. I am a person who I can separate the original and the illustrated version. It's like
they're two separate entities.
Yeah, they're two separate entities in my mind. I love the book. My favorite book, my favorite ghost story is A Christmas Carol. I know. Just and the movie versions are always lacking because they're not the book. It's the same thing with like Ready Player One. Great book, phenomenal book. Great movie. Of course, they were never going to be able to do what they did in the book. Have you read that book?
No, I have not.
It's a great listen. It's a wonderful listen. So, yeah, it's the vibe, like Pamela likes. And Pamela did say I've been pairing into the lonely woods with the Somnia. It's been a great place.
I think I know. That's the oracle deck that kind of looks like Where the Wild Things Are, if I'm not mistaken. I've been curious about that deck, and I will say now I've mentioned a couple of ideas for different videos down the line. I have another video that I'd like to do. Decks on my wish list, because I know a lot of it, like she's always Debbie Downer, always negative Nancy, nothing positive, yada. I do have positive commentary. I do. There are decks out there that I do want, but for whatever reason, I just haven't purchased them yet, and that's okay, but they are on my wish list. And I love when people talk about decks they'll never buy, which I'm very good at, and then decks that they do want to buy, because for some reason something stops you. You're not hitting purchase. You're not, putting it in your basket or whatever. There are just reasons.
Yeah. Linda has the Good Tarot. I get useful readings from it, and apparently we work well together. Isn't that an interesting thing? Decks that you work well with. Sometimes it's like, I would never have expected me to like this particular deck, but in my hands, we get along. And
Hold on. That was the old style tarot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I did not think that and this is just the box because the deck is in a bag somewhere with all of my working February decks. But there are so many decks out there that I would just write off, like, oh, this isn't the Good Tarot is a really great deck. Also, I shouldn't be giving people hints about what I've been using in February. The Bad Bitches Tarot by Ethany Dawn. I love the heck out of this damn deck. And yeah, I'm not nuts about all the bees and stuff, but I know that's her signature. That's her stuff. So I can't begrudge her that. But man, when I tell you, I never thought in a million years that this would hit a chord in me, but it did. It is so good.
Nice. Tom says, Lexie really wants the Wild Unknown. Please, everyone, send her a copy. And when you are sending her a copy, also include, make sure, where is it? It's gone. It's gone. Send her a copy of the Light Seers so that it doesn't get lost in the mail. Because wait a minute. Isn't Tom supposed to be sending you an original copy of something? Like, is it the Light Seers or is it the Wild Unknown that he hasn't mailed to you?
Well, he does have my my address. He does. And the fact that he hasn't sent it, even for an April Fool's joke, I'm a little bit upset about, but that's okay.
Um,
I was going to bring him when we were in New York. I was going to bring him Bohemian Gothic because I know how much he missed the boat on that and he really wants that deck. He talks about it like at least once a week. At least once a week he talks about Bohemian Gothic. And I'm like, dude, come on.
by the way, everybody, can you tell this is a thing between Lexie and Tom? Because I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. We did have a question from Tarot is Magical. Do you guys have the Anima Mundi tarot?
I am not especially good with animal decks. Let me rephrase. I like animal decks when it's one animal. Like I love a good cat deck. I love a good bird deck. But I don't want the entire forest in a deck. You know what I mean? I don't want a safari in a deck. I want to focus on one particular animal, whether it's cats or birds. Those are my favorite kinds of animal decks.
Yeah.
And then I will talk about this eventually, but these anthropomorphized animals that are standing up being humans, I don't that creeps me out. I do not like that at all.
Duly
Because
noted. Thank you.
it's something about it. Like why is that camel wearing a suit? I don't like that. Get that camel on all fours. It's giving Animal Farm, and I hate it.
It's okay. I mean, I do have the deck. I have not used it in quite a while. The Anima Mundi.
I hear the cardstock on it is quite nice though.
Yeah. You know, he loves him some googly eyes, and it looks like
It's a camel hair suit. Stop.
it's a camel hair suit. Linda, that was funny.
That clever.
There you go. Totally getting Jamie and Gerald vibes from Lexie and Tom. Kind of shadowy.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And yeah, I'm okay with him. That I am a snob when it comes to cardstock. I want to be able to shuffle the cards. I do like a linen finish. It's not required. I also, because I spend a lot of time on YouTube, I don't want it to be highly glossy because I can't use it. I can't share it.
This was quite some time ago. I have all these little things. I was going to do a bit and I kind of scrapped that bit. This was when, like I said, I've been trying to do this dang channel for years. So in the bit, I had my partner, my boyfriend, who's a very good artist. He went to art school. Now he doesn't do that, but I had him draw me cards on the back of a pizza box.
Uh-huh.
So we have the tower. I think that's the moon.
Wow.
This is the 5 of cups, 3 of swords. So the bit was, again, this is a pizza box, an old pizza box. The bit was, like, oh, can you believe this card stock? It's a back of a pizza box. I didn't do that, but eventually I would like an entire pizza box deck, but he has a couple more to go.
I love the fact that he's doing that. Speaking of partners, my husband just brought me some. I asked for some candy.
Oh, it's on sale. You better get that sale candy.
And I'm like going, oh yeah. So anyhow, that's like, look at that. That's
half off Reese's after Valentine's Day, baby. There you go.
If you saw me get distracted, it was because he handed me that big bag of stuff. Let me ask you this. What's bringing you joy these days, on and off camera?
On camera, I like that. Well, I'll be completely honest here. I don't like filming. I get very kind of inside my head. And then when I'm done filming, I was just like, oh, that was horrible. Oh, I got to scrap that. I get very much like down on myself. And it's not until I'm actually editing what I've done that I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? This is great. You're saying stuff. Oh, let's edit that out. Or you burped here. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the editing is what I love. And I want to get better at it. And I want to be a little bit more sophisticated in things. But I have a 9 to 5. That takes a lot of my mental and physical energy. But this has always been a creative outlet. Something that's what brings me joy is drafting these ideas, doing the research, coming up with new and exciting thumbnails or whatever. That brings me so much joy. And I think I really just like shared too much. Like I don't like filming. I just get too in my head
Sure.
and I don't know. But other than that, what's been bringing me joy is the community. There's so many people who reach out to me in DMs, or so many people who I notice names. I see familiar names now that comment on every single one of my dang videos. And I love how supportive people are and how they show up for you. Even in the more controversial videos, these people really care for you. And I love that. That brings me a lot of joy these days.
Yeah. I learned, I made the decision when I was filming that if I made it through the first 10 seconds, I wasn't going to edit it because I do not like editing videos. All of my flip throughs, there's some to where it's like, well, oops, I made that mistake, but I'm just going to keep going because it's me. That's what I do. So I know Candy Soul and Soil, love her, likes editing. It is part of the artistic process for her.
I love editing. Yeah.
So what do you edit in? What software?
iMovie.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's, I don't necessarily have the patience.
Well, and it's really difficult because I'm watching myself. And then I realize I'm like, you are very visually expressive. You cannot hide your disdain. You cannot be a liar because it's literally written on your face. And I had to get over that real quick. But now I'm just like, whatever. I talk with my hands. I'm very visually expressive, and that's fine. It is what it is.
I like that. Okay, so I don't edit. Very apparent, I'm sure. And you're getting that, No poker for Lexie.
Not at
no
all.
poker for Lexie. Beth put this in, discernment is not the same as being a snob. And you're right.
Because if you liked everything, nothing would have value.
Correct. And is there anything bringing you joy that you want to share off camera?
So yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And we went to our favorite record store, and right next to our favorite record store is a butcher. So we got records and we got steaks and bacon, which I made breakfast this morning, and oh my God, I can never go back to store-bought bacon. This bacon, oh my God. I'm sorry, babe, the pig. The bacon was delicious. So the records that we bought, the meat that we bought yesterday, so much joy. Again, can't go back to store-bought bacon.
So what records did you buy? May I ask?
What did I buy? I bought the Stan Getz and Charlie Bird Jazz Samba. I purchased that. I purchased a 1980s boogie and pop in Nigeria. That's a beautiful compilation. I've been on the hunt for that for quite some time. And then band just came out with a record, The Olympians. It's kind of an instrumental funk and soul band. So I just picked up that. So I picked up 3 records and he picked up 2.
I love it. What he pick up?
He picked up the Cramps. He's a big Cramps fan, and he picked up a Chris Isaak album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Beth said Stan Getz. I saw him at CBGB's.
Oh,
So
wow.
awesome. So there you go. Do you want to see what my husband got me for Valentine's Day?
Yes, please. If it's appropriate.
It is appropriate. It's very appropriate. I'm a quilter. I make fabric landscapes. I will eventually be making an urban fabric landscape when I get an inspirational photo from somebody who happens to be called Early Ritual, also known as Tom. I'm teasing you, Tom. And I teach color for quilters, color confidence. He got me this is a half yard cut of all of the fabric that is specifically curated for the color wheel that I use in my color class.
Oh, wow.
So this is like this. I mean, it was like, it's like the perfect gift for me. Now I've been having it near me. I've kept it safe in its bag because I did not want to fondle it and separate it and put it out of order. But it was like, oh my God. So I love it. So yeah.
We love men that know us. Like, he's like, let's go record shopping and look for meat. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. I would love that.
Yes. Stan Getz's son owned CBGB. Sadly, it's not around anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it was really nice. So I'm just yanking Tom's chain, by the way. I'm yanking Tom's chain. So I loved that Getz Gilberto collab. And Timmy is a bass player.
Oh, really? Oh, I love the bass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. And color confidence, yeah, is so good. Anyhow, and that's the thing. That's one of the things that, for me, I think it's fun to be able to allow stuff to meld. That's why I like doing my channel, because in my world, I can talk with you and get to know you and share your journey, and other people can learn about themselves. They learn about me. We share and we celebrate things that make us happy, and we share and when things are concerning for us and what we're noticing, because that's part of the idea of being in a respectful community. I don't have to agree with everybody. I don't want everybody to agree with me, because when you don't, I get an opportunity to learn something.
Absolutely.
It's so cool. So there was a question earlier, and I have down here under what's your tarot aesthetic, which is Lexie. What's the favorite thing that you love about Dolly Parton?
Favorite thing I love about Dolly Parton is she can laugh at herself. She talks about how big and obnoxious her breasts are. She talks about her wigs. She talks about her makeup. She's dressing and presenting herself the way that she wants to. Mm-hmm. And when you can joke about yourself, that shows how comfortable you are in your own skin. And obviously I love her music. I love I'm a big old school country fan. I love old school Dolly Parton. I love Patsy Cline. I love Wanda Jackson. You've never noticed her breast? Well, you know.
I mean,
that's something that I love about Dolly Parton. She's so unafraid to be herself and say, you know what? Yeah, I have a big, I got a big rack, and what? And then she'll say, like, what is it? I also have a great ass too, but no one ever seems to notice that. Yeah. So it's just, I like how, and that was actually a gift from my partner for Christmas. And again,
love that.
He knows me so well. And, and to, aside from her personal style, her humor, her music, she's done so much for her community. Yep. I believe when Whitney Houston covered her song, now obviously Dolly Parton gets money. She gets royalty checks from that song. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, she used that to build a literacy program for inner city Black children. Do you know how amazing of a person you have to be
Yep.
to not only she was overshadowed for that song, but she's such an amazing person. She's getting money for it, and she said, "Let's give back to the community." That's
Yep.
the kind of person I would like to be.
Yeah. I love Dolly Parton in particular because she's real, and she puts her money where her mouth is, and she does it just to do it, not to get the publicity. The fact that children now around the United States can get books mailed to them, age appropriate books, because of what she has established is phenomenal. I mean, boom. So.
Well, and as an Aquarius, I love the idea of humanity. It's the individual humans that that I have issue with, right? But humanity as a concept, I love people. I want people to tell me their opinion, to listen to mine. We can all interact, we can all have fun, whoever, whatever. At the end of the day, that's who Dolly Parton is, a humanitarian.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wish more people would be Dolly Partons. So and TarotTube trip to Gatlinburg for Dollywood.
We're going. Let's make it happen. 2027.
2027. You set that up, Tom. You set that up. Beth said, my 5-year-old granddaughter. I'm confused. Did Jolene want to steal her man? For real quote. And
that's what I've always said. Can we see what Jolene looked like? Yes, you described her in the song, but I really need to see what Jolene looked at, because baby, if you're cheating on Miss Dolly Parton, it better be Aphrodite herself. Better be Jolene. Okay?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There was a question a while back from Beth. So here's a question. Waking up without makeup and messy hair is authentic when you first get out of bed. In that same way, putting on makeup and a suit can be you authentically at the office? Question mark.
Yes. So I wear makeup every single day. Every single day. And I do wear it to work. I just have a lot of redness in my nose and in my T-zone, and I wear eyeliner every single day. I don't think of it as a mask or anything. It's just how I feel comfortable presenting myself to the world. And it's not necessarily an authentic version of me, because it is something that I have to do to myself. Now, I've thought about potentially showing up when I talk about authenticity, if that's a video idea I want to do in the future. I've thought about potentially coming online without any makeup and talking about how that is authentically me. Now, it would be very uncomfortable for me, but I would have to get over it, because it's I put my money where my mouth is. If I'm going to talk about authenticity, I would like to show up authentically.
Yeah, I get that. Maru said some men won't value a woman no matter how beautiful she is. Yes.
This is true.
Stupid. Excuse me. No, that's just wrong. I show up without makeup on, so I can do it. It's okay. You can do it. And I bet Tom will probably show up without makeup on when we do our live next month.
He was in full beat, full regalia, eleganza. When we met, his eyelashes were rivaling my eyelashes. So I think Tom does wear makeup occasionally.
Was he wearing those silly, like, ones with the feathers on them eyelashes again? We talked about that once before.
He said he mentioned they might be mink, but ethically farmed mink. That's what he mentioned.
Here you go. It's your behavior that makes you authentic, not your outside. And I will say I agree with that, because you're authentic when you roll out of bed. You're also authentic when you show up to work, because it's like putting makeup on is like getting dressed. I'm paying attention.
The uniform. Yeah.
It's the uniform, and it's what I'm comfortable in. It's my shield. It's my armor. And trust me, when I was working all the time, working with the public, because sometimes the public, I know this is surprising for those of you who are not in public service, sometimes you all are crazy and you are not expecting to be, but you
No.
are. But
The entitlement of some people is too much for me sometimes.
Tom said maybe one day he'll show up without the fake beard. But, and by the way, Tom got a nice reading, a good reading from me recently. Something about, I don't know, maybe doing some artwork. Just starting to do it. By the way, this is not a pick on Tom video.
I wish it were.
Oh, Tom, the next time, I mean, would you be willing to be sandwiched between me and Lexie, and we could just do that? Anyhow, Lexie, do you have any questions for me?
Well, I think I asked you about when you made the transition from previous content into more of a tarot talk show. What are in the long run, what is the future? Like what ideas do you have as far as more chasuals, as far as more people you want to talk to? Just what's rattling around in your brain right now for the future of your content and the future of your channel? I think you mentioned maybe potentially having memberships. I think you let that slip.
Yes, I'm going to be having some memberships, and I'm going to have 3 different levels of membership, and one of the levels is going to include early access to flip throughs. I'll do some more of those. One level of membership will have my first impressions and my conversation about decks, because I have not done that before. I've done deck chasuals where I've spoken with deck creators and I've had them on. That's something that I want to do more of, having deck creators on. You had mentioned grieving, and there is an oracle deck that Jamie and I both got, and Marion K. Tarot created it. We both have it, and I want to have her on for a deck chasual to talk about what it's like to create a deck and how they hope the deck is helping people and what it's like to see it in the wild. I also want to do more what I call creativity conversations, where, in my opinion, being creative is a core human function. And in the climate of today, we need to be more creative, because the creativity can be a form of rebellion.
Absolutely.
And I would like to be able to talk with more people about their creativity and what helps them be creative, why they are creative. So I like that. One of the other things that I'm going to do for my members is because I'm a full-blown witch. Hi, my name's Cheryl. And I've done some magic tool talks where I've talked about magic and tools. For the membership level, I was going to do more hands-on things like, how do you write a spell? How do you do this? And so that
when are your memberships launching? Do you know?
I have to set it up. I hope by the end of the month.
Like, cool.
And Gerald, when will these be coming out? I need to mark my calendar, dude. Because it's one of those things that I got really great advice from someone. I'm not going to call them out, but it's I like to be an anchor and give people things to help them think and to process and to expand their understanding. If you want to do anything with it, I can only give you the tools. You're the one who has to show up and do them.
Right.
So the other thing that I want to be able to do is I do a lot of conversations live, but then in my preparation, Lexie, I could use that and I could go, well, here's some journaling prompts you could do. That could be for the members. Here's a tarot spread you could do with that. So we'll see. I'm seeing some. Tom said, I like the idea of Lexie and I being a shadow version of Gerald and Jamie. We need to make an episode of that happen somehow. We can do
I
that.
would not mind one bit.
Yes. And creativity is absolutely resistance. Yes. And yes, I did say magic tool. And yes, the only tool you need is you when you are doing magic. That's it. You don't need anything else. All of that stuff is extra. Lexie's giving me that look like.
Well, I am not a witch. I've and Tom will give me such shit for it too. He's like, "You're not a witch, but you do a lot of witchy stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I feel like I live life witchy adjacent. Like I'm almost there. I'm almost at the point where I'm like, yeah, I could be a witch, or yeah, I could call myself a witch. I just don't think that that's who I am."
And see, my first thing to do would be to go, well, what is a witch to you? And you don't have to answer that, but I'm just saying that's the first thing that I would have to ask myself. It's like, what does that word mean? And if you're like me, Lexie, you would probably go into the etymology, do some research, because that's the comfortableness. And she would claim she wasn't esoteric.
I don't think that I am.
I'm giving side eye right now. I'm going to have to separate you two and get you on screen together, because this one, because I have the ability to mute you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Tom, that, okay.
I do. I have several altars.
Well, yes, but does an altar make you a witch? No.
So one of the reasons why I wouldn't classify myself as a witch is because I think that people have so much respect and reverence for that title and what it is in their life. And because I don't have that kind of reverence, it's about respect to me. So I respect when people say that they are witches. I respect that. I am not. So it's like a clear, divisible line.
Sure.
Where I'm on this side, you're on that side. We can wave. We can share recipes and ideas.
Yep. Well, and I love that idea of sharing recipes and ideas, because in that, when you get back after you've made the recipe, you can go, oh, that didn't work for me, but I did this instead. And then there's this exchange of information, and it's really, really empowering. And okay, Beth said, look, girl, if you have a picture of Dolly Parton next to two crucifixes, you might be headed in that direction, Lexie.
Like I said, I live my life witchy adjacent. I'm almost there, guys. I don't know what's going to push me over the edge. I'm almost there.
And it's just like, I may have said she is witchy, witch-ish. Gwen asked, do you believe in magic?
I believe that people do believe in it.
That is okay.
I believe that people believe in it. I don't know how much more vague or clear I could be. I don't really believe in ghosts or spirits or aliens in the sense that, what an alien is, whatever. I always say that I would have to experience these things for myself.
You and I are very similar. I like to have a personal experience with these things. I don't discount anyone's experience.
Exactly. So if you believe in magic, then it's real to you. That's what I believe. For me, I don't know. It's as simple as that. I just don't know.
And I think it's interesting, because I always like to define magic is all of the stuff science hasn't explained yet.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you look back at Star Trek, the original series, I mean, the communicators, guess what? We all have cell phones now, like a communicator. How many of these things, didn't exist? You got to start somewhere. I'm not a good witch or a right witch, but I'm my witch. Ooh. I will thwarp on that one. And if I have some advice for you about, if you are a witch, my advice would be don't be one.
Why is that?
Because there are so many people out there who have the wrong understanding of what a witch is. You're going to be spending more of your time, if you care to, explaining what you are and who you are and what you do instead of doing it.
Yeah. Well, and I think the same could be applied to tarot as a whole, whether you're reading on Instagram or TikTok or Twitch or here on YouTube or wherever. There's and I that might have been the reason why it took me so long to like, okay, let's start this dang channel. I don't want to have to describe something. I want to show, not tell.
Yep. Yeah. I like that. That's a really beautiful thing. I want to show, not tell. The other thing, I am working on teaching a tarot class, creating a tarot class for it's Tarot the Stash way. And because I think,
does everyone get mailed a little fake mustache?
I might be able to make that happen. I might be able to come up with like a certificate, a diploma.
Shaped in a mustache?
Shaped in a mustache.
Well, so I finally convinced my partner. I finally convinced my partner to do a couple's costume for Halloween. And Tom knows, he'll know what I'm about to say. For this costume, I do have to buy a mustache.
Very nice.
I will have, and then I will do my little 5 o'clock shadow, and my hair will be all pinned back, and I will have a wig on. So just get ready. Those pictures will hit YouTube. If not, we will film ourselves for the for the channel in our couple's costume. And Tom, you better know who I'm talking about. You better know who I'm not saying anything. If he mentions it and he's right, I will acknowledge that he's correct, but I'm not saying anything. All I'm going to say is I have to have a wig. I have to have a mustache. Oh, he already knows. He knows. He knows.
It's going to be epic. Witches often use tarot, but you don't have to be a witch to use it too. You don't. Absolutely. Yes. And is there such a thing as show that doesn't tell?
Yes. Yes. So look at me. If I told you,
you're all in big in you.
Why would I have to tell you that I'm into pinup culture? You can see it for yourself. The glasses, the hair, the makeup, the lipstick. I don't have to tell you that I like pinup culture. Or I got my big old headphones. I got a bag of records under my arm. Would it be of any use for me to tell you, hey, I like music? You can see it. That's just those are the first things, because when I talked about people like, oh, I'm such a weird, quirky girl. You don't have to tell me that. If you're such a weird and quirky girl, I would be able to see it visibly from the first 5 seconds of your video.
Is there such a thing as show that doesn't tell? For me, the idea of I like to show rather than tell, for me, is just doing it, and it's part of me. I don't spend a lot of time pontificating about it.
I love a good big word.
Yeah. Well, I love a good a big good word too. A big good deck. Exactly what I mean when you show, you don't have to tell.
Oh, then
It was me, Pamela.
I must have misinterpreted that. I apologize.
Well, see, and what's interesting is because I think the people who, believe it or not, I don't like a lot of attention put on me. I mean, I know I'm doing YouTube, but I don't want people to go, oh, look at Gerald, look at Gerald, look at Gerald. That can make me uncomfortable. And so when people are coming at me because I am a witch, I'm just like going, yeah, but what is a witch to you? Because I know what it is to me, and that's who I need to be comfortable with, because I get to look at myself in the mirror, if that makes any sense at all. So.
No, I get what you're putting down.
And Tom said lies. Yeah, whatever, Tom. The first rule of script writing: show, not tell.
Was there anything else that you wanted to touch on, to talk about, to ask me before I got to start thinking about dinner soon?
Are you having meat?
No, well, I'm thinking about doing something with that bacon. I was gonna make a chicken Caesar salad. So maybe I'll fry up some bacon and crumble it in the salad, possibly, potentially.
Yeah. Jeffrey said BLTs.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have any teas. So
well, and I would say now they might not have any flavor. A BLT? BLP? Bacon, lettuce, pickle, he said.
Oh, I do. We have plenty of pickles.
Beth said, for me, some of the most fascinating people are people who don't look like what they're into, like seeing someone who looks like a conservative farm wife buying witch balls.
That's yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. He is fine with being called out on his colorblind or birding, though. I'm sorry. I have to adjust my glasses, Tom. I show because I can't tell. I don't have language for it. I get it. As an artist, yeah, I get it. So it has been a delight having you here.
I would love to come back if you'll have me. If I said my next video, I'll probably call you out for something I had no idea of knowing would be so.
Well, and it was funny because I was like going, because there's a lot of YouTube videos to watch, and I appreciate people watching this video. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for everybody for watching the playback. I think it was just funny because I was watching it and I'm like, oh, she's got a new video and she's talking about the RWS, because I am not a particular fan of the RWS, because it's just, there's lots of reasons, but it's just not a connection. And Pamela has challenged Jamie and I both to work with the 1909 Sawyer Redux. Yes, which you had.
Like trying to pull it out. I'm like, I know I have it. I know I have it.
You have the original one. I have the updated one. So I have been pulling cards with this, trying to get to know it. And boy,
well, do you like it?
I'm getting to like it. First of all, I love Jamie Sawyer's artwork, and I like her coloration of this. I like that it is borderless. I like that it does not have titles on the cards.
And there's a lot of little things in the background that you can pick up on, you can ignore, or it's a fabulous deck. But that I just wanted to talk about, like, it's cool. You don't have to like it, but you need to acknowledge it for what it is.
Oh, absolutely. And I do. And I think what's really interesting, this is a deck, when I did my deck interview for it, this deck called me out and said, you need to get over the way you feel about the RWS, because it can be a powerful tool, and you got to get over yourself, Gerald. And so I
love when decks do that.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And, okay. I like it is astrological association on the card. I don't have the deck though. That is a deck I will never understand why it is so loved. Which one? The RWS?
No, he's probably talking about the Sawyer Redux. I'm assuming here.
Well, that's okay. Everyone is entitled to their wrong opinion, Tom. And Linda has enjoyed this. The second best chasual episode ever.
Aw. Well, what's the first one? I'm sure it has something to do with you, Tom.
It's probably Tom's version of it. Yes, the Sawyer flavor. Whatever.
And it's completely fine because I was a little bit. There have been decks that I've purchased, like I said, the Bad Bitches Tarot, that I was just like, I don't know why I bought this. But once I start getting into it, and once I start just reading the way I read, sometimes decks will surprise you.
Yeah.
And you think like, oh, I'll use it for a little bit, maybe try to resell it or whatever.
Yeah. I would say I would love to have you back. Sundays are a fine time to do something. And if you ever would like to do a deck chasual with me, and where we both have a deck and we talk about it.
Oh yeah, I would be down for that.
Use it. This could be a lot of fun, and we can talk about that afterwards. I do want to thank everybody very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please fix that right now. We'll wait. And if you need help, the link is below. And I know, Lexie's going to appreciate it. I'm going to appreciate it. Huge thanks to Lexie for the honesty, the laugh, and the perspective, and the teasing of Tom. If you enjoyed this chasual, like and subscribe, and drop a comment with your favorite insight or deck moment. And the next time, we will see you the next time on TarotStache. Bye.
Thanks, folks.